No one is coming to fix your problems. There is no mentor that will appear from thin air and lift you out of bed because he doesn't exist. That realization does hurt at first, but it also sets you free. From that moment on, you take back your power. I will be revealing the 4 core areas that you need to focus on. The first pillar we're tackling is the mindset shift. I remember days when I did nothing productive. I would roll around my bed, scroll my phone, skip workouts, and just complain in my head about why life was so pointless. That was a victim mindset. I waited for motivation to arrive. I waited for someone else to jumpstart me. The truth? No one did. The breakthrough came when I realized that I was in control of my own thoughts. My mind had gone soft. I was a consumer, someone who only takes in. This is where you need to shift your identity from someone who only consumes to someone who builds and creates. Someone who produces value, shapes his reality, and doesn't rely on outside forces to feel alive. It all starts with what will you do to improve your day? Instead of rolling over to check your Instagram, you get up with a purpose. It doesn't matter how big it is at first. It could be something extremely small like reading 10 pages of a real book or finally taking action towards the online business you've always wanted to start. Doing this trains you to act rather than wait. So how does this help you lock in? Because the more you blame your situation or parents, friends, or bad luck, the weaker and more dependent you become. Owning your decisions, even the bad ones, forces you to wake up. You do the work yourself. When I first told myself I deserve every bad result because I chose those bad actions, of course I felt like shit at first. But that's the kind of pain that flips a switch in you. I decided I would rather feel the discomfort of effort than the misery of regret. And that takes us to the second pillar. Delayed gratification. There's a reason most people stay ordinary. They crave quick hits of happiness and avoid the steady climb that leads to real success. Scrolling social media, binging junk food, or watching pornography are really just distractions. These habits bombard your brain with dopamine, which distracts you from focusing on what you really need to be doing. Each one of them steals your will to do something that's difficult but valuable. Delayed gratification flips the script. It means you accept short-term discomfort in exchange for a bigger payoff down the road. Instead of scrolling on your phone, you study or train. Instead of reaching for that dessert, you stick to your clean meal plan. At first, it might be hard. Your brain is too hardwired to do the easy thing. But every time you resist that urge, you sharpen your discipline. The beauty of delaying gratification is that the reward grows over time. When you skip mindless scrolling or TV sessions to focus on your business, you're not missing out. You are investing in a future that pays you in money, freedom, and respect. Once you master delayed gratification, every other part of your transformation accelerates. And speaking of transformation, let's talk about your physical training. You cannot expect the world to respect you if you don't even respect yourself and how you look. As a man, your physique is not just about impressing girls. Your physique reflects your discipline, your strength, and how seriously you take your health. One of the simplest ways to transform your body is through a push-pull legs routine. Try to go to the gym for 3 or 4 days a week on each category. Push day is where you train chest, shoulders, and triceps. Pull day is for back and biceps. And leg day is when you do movements like squats and lunges, training your quads and hamstrings. Of course, you don't want to forget about your calves. You can choose any set of exercises you want for each day, but keep it basic. Focus on compound exercises that help boost your testosterone naturally. So bench press, overhead press, deadlifts, and squats. Make a non-negotiable rule to increase the weight steadily as you get stronger. This is what's known as progressive overloading. As for your diet, it doesn't need to be perfect. Aim for high protein every single meal and cut out the garbage food. If it's loaded with sugar, grease, or empty calories, just ditch it. Lean meats, eggs, vegetables, fruits, and enough carbs to fuel your workouts will carry you far. Keep in mind that you're not training to be the next Mr. Olympia, but you do need a lean, muscular physique to show the kind of man that you are. Strong, disciplined, and masculine. Speaking of masculinity, let's move on to the final pillar, your financial situation. Money is power in today's world. If you are flat broke, you lose control over almost every area of your life. A massive part of being masculine is being reliable. You look after yourself first so you can look after the people that you love. I used to believe that as long as I could scrape by with a cheap part-time job or random hustles, it was enough. But living in fear that a single missed paycheck would ruin me is not freedom. You have to make a plan to elevate your financial situation. The simplest route is to pick one skill and get so good at it that people happily pay you for your time. It could be writing, coding, design, sales, or anything else. Spend your day and nights, if possible, mastering it. And once you feel confident, start offering your service on freelance platforms or to small businesses in your area. It probably won't make you a millionaire overnight, but you will feel a surge of confidence the moment money hits your account from a skill that you built yourself. As you grow, think long-term. Build an emergency fund, enough to cover a few months of living expenses. That way you're not panicking if something goes wrong. And if your skill can get you into a side business, give it the energy it deserves. Even small success will fuel your motivation to scale up. And no, you don't need a fancy car or expensive clothes. You just need the peace of mind that comes from not being at anyone's mercy. Trust me, the ability to provide for yourself and for the people that you care about is one of the most amazing things that you can have. A man with decent savings and a clear path to earning more is instantly more stable, attractive, and more in charge of his own destiny. And now for the final piece of this video, how do you lock in and disappear? Once you realize how vital your mindset, body, and finances are, you will see how much you've been distracting yourself with nonsense. That's why this is the time to lock in, to take action and quietly step away from every wasteful habit and environment so that you can devote yourself to your purpose. This is what disappearing really means. It's not ghosting all of your friends or going on a social media rant. It's about creating a space where you can finally work without interruption. For at least a month or two, cut everything that doesn't serve you. Delete the dating apps and keep only what you need for essential communication or to manage your freelance gigs. Set aside the time that you need where you can focus on a tight set of goals that push you forward. Never skip a workout and prioritize developing your skill set. No one else will hand you the life that you want. You must lock in on these 4 areas that we've covered: your mindset, delayed gratification, your training, and your financial situation. Once you have mastered these 4 areas, you will be living proof that a complete transformation is possible through your own hard work. Now here's the thing, many men believe that they need years to make a change in their life. What if I told you that it doesn't need to take that long? We've made a complete guide on how to speedrun your glow up. So feel free to go ahead and check out this video, it should be popping on the screen right now. Thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hope to see you guys in the next video.